Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode here at Terrors and Wheat Tarot. And feeling some energy here. And the energy that I feel is, I guess, related to some of the readings that we've been doing for the day. Just kind of been uh, sitting in that space where feeling this person who's definitely going through an awakening, or just a space for people who are going through an awakening. I know that this space is definitely resonates with me as well. Stepping out into the forefront, pushing out my gift, digging forward, digging deeper, and pressing forward. Thank you, Spirit. Into my gift and how I deliver and serve that onto you all, right? Let it not only be, hopefully, prayerfully be edifying to you all, but also edification to self, as I am counseled by this word as well, right? I am not a person that is apprehended. I'm not perfect. Of course, everybody goes through their tears. There's tears in my field as well, in my own lot. Things that are rooted deeply, deeply connected to who I am, the development of myself, and the decisions I made to get to this point in my life, right? Uh, I believe and know that it mirrors many of you out there who've gone through relationships, betrayal, lies, deceit, cheating, just all kinds of low vibrational energies and behaviors, right? We all go through it. Uh, so sitting in a space where you are having to be vulnerable and open, or feeling exposed, I guess, is what I'm feeling right now. A feeling of exposure, and not like exposed in a bad way, but like having everything out to bear, right? Letting your true authentic self all the way out, letting your petals fully open and people could really see you unfold, right? That is very courageous. That is a courageous thing to do, and to have to be in a space where you feel like there's little support, like very, very little support in doing that, when you can't dig into, your normal connections where you feel like you should be able to go to for support. People in your home space, your family circle, those who are connected to you maybe by DNA, and you feel like you should have these connections, and they're just not there, right? Um, I, for one, have always had to dig into self to be counseled and supported, especially as a young child, because my parental vessels were preoccupied with things that definitely took away their attention from parenting. Okay, parenting was it was a mix, right? I can't say that. It was it was bipolar. I would say that it was bipolar, because it was very good on one hand, but then there were some things that were really, really not so good, right? So, and those things that weren't so good were due to the other things that afflict our community that we suffer with all the time. We know the things that drive our generational trauma, the generational curses. I mean, like, we can talk about it. We can have whole conversations. Like, get the wine, get your L's, whatever you need to get. Like, because we going to have a sit down and talk. Because all of those things that hurt is driving so much pain in our community. Our families are pitted against each other, fathers against mothers, and children against parents, and the incels and outsales and vitriol and hatred, and just spewing all of this noise is so loud. Especially for people who, I mean, like for me, I'm empathic. It's like sometimes it makes you just want to drive yourself into the house and not come out. It's like, God, you can't even ride through certain places without feeling like portals of heavy energy. Like, God, what is this? So to be in a space and time where the Most High God is coming through and working, waking up other light workers to do this and send out these messages to try and raise our vibratory frequency is because it's needed. Our people are suffering. The wheat field is suffering like we're not. Uh, it's so many of us who are crying out, who are looking for support, and I don't project myself to be anybody like having the answer to nothing. I am making my way and growing in this field just like the rest of us, but I will say now I've been on a journey to discovery of self and digging into finding the Most High God and looking for God in more than just one way. You know, truly thinking about what does it mean to be diligent? Like truly diligent. If your mother told you to get on her room and get her purse off the dresser or her keys off the dresser and you don't see them because they sitting over there on the coffee table and you didn't go look over the coffee table, she gonna cuss your ass out and be like, "What the fuck didn't you get my key? They right over here on the coffee table." You gonna be like, "When you said look on the dresser," you gonna be like, "I don't give a fuck. They was over here on the coffee table." And all you had to do was look over here. Like, be diligent. Look. Right. So I took that type of message and lesson to say, okay, well, God designed the stars and the whole star system and galactic system and all of that. That's his grand design, right? He designed nature and everything else and the body system. So God is everywhere. How could we ever? I could not ever believe that I would see the fullness of God and get a fullness of understanding of the Most High in one place. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I come from a perspective of seeing God everywhere. So if I'm having a pissy day, because I've been cooped up in the office and they get on my goddamn nerves, or I've been dealing with these people who won't take my ideas seriously because either the color of my skin or what's between my legs, then I know how I can go and decompress and put myself back into alignment in terms of what's priority, right? You know, actually sitting outside and looking at the clouds move and feeling the wind puts me like, you know, go setting by the ocean and seeing something way the hell bigger than myself. Understanding that I'm a part of a system that's way larger than me, and at the end of the day, that little meeting is not like, let it go. Like, that person walked away from me, okay, you know, what am I really holding on to? Like, was it really good? Like, did it really feel good? Like, did it really edify me? Did it really nourish me? Did it nurture me? Or was it a tear in my life? Did it project something in me that I need to dig out? Like, why did I accept that? Like, why do I feel like that's a high vibrational expression of love? Why? Because the sex was good? Like, you mean, like, no. I mean, because you got bread? Like, no. I mean, because money don't buy happiness. Lust doesn't buy love. That's not equative. It's still unequal. It's unbalanced, right? And if y'all both are, we are operating on it, and that's still toxic. It's low vibrational. And growth in this time, it demands that we call ourselves to a higher place, that we lead an example and model that high vibrational frequency, those tenets of love, of health, of spiritual health, leaning into the Most High God and discovering those things that ignite us, that ignite our passion. What digs at you? That might be your calling, right? And if you take a step towards it, I believe that the Most High God will take a step towards you, right? I did not know that I would be here, but I know that the soul people and connections that are needed to help me grow in this space are with me. The Most High God has seeded them well before this day even arrived. Like, I was having conversations with friends that are messages now, like in this friends who encourage me and support me and can say, because we've shared this type of relationship, because we've been in this space together, I know that this is an authentic piece of you. And if you dig into and really pull out that thing in you, it is great. It is what the Most High God has called you to do, right? And yes, it will be successful if you open yourself up and lend your gift in an authentic way, and people will resonate, they will connect, and those who are meant to be drawn into you will be drawn in. And I am so grateful for having that seed in my life, that piece of synchronicity, that I had no awareness that it was called to be that way, right? But again, we are often so focused on like this thing, that the problems of the day, that we don't see how the Most High God is using all of those things to design and pull together the whole, to deliver you what it is that you've been seeking for, to help you pull it out, pull out your service, pull out your gift, to put you in position, to place things, to give you what you need, to edify you, to make you strong, to feed you, to build you those building blocks that eventually, show you how you're going to step, move, develop, all of that you're attempting to manifest, right? And you'll do it through the service. And that's the most beautiful part of the Most High God. I mean, come through with, like, thank you, Spirit. The Most High God will definitely come in and fill you up in your service, like the kingdom. You serving in the kingdom of God, it gives you out everything, because out of the kingdom comes the blessings of life, right? So dig into whatever it is, that feeling of irritation. Trust it, the spirit is speaking to you. I know for me it was like a beating, like I had to come out, I had to speak, I had to be obedient. I didn't have a choice. The call was so loud, I had to speak. And now it is determining what is the language, the tone that the people will hear. Like, what will have them hear? And my friend, she reminded me of who I was and said, they will hear you when you speak from your heart space, pulling out everything that I know, that she knew what was inside. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Spirit. Yes. And so I say to you all, right, pull out what's deep inside of here. Like what's in that heart, what speaks to your heart, right? When you pull it out, and offer it and gift it up to the Most High in service, the abundance that will flow out from you is just, I mean, and that's when that cup, that chalice, it just truly just overflows and spills out everywhere. So yeah, pain pushes us into purpose. The irritation, the pain, the lessons, the experiences guide us and push us into that purpose, right? And as we move from pain to purpose, I'm feeling again that process, the space between the pain and the purpose. I'm feeling that space between the pain and the purpose, the pain and the purpose. Like, there's a process to get from pain to purpose, right? And digging into that process is where you figure out the integrity, the character, pulls out all of that stuff, release out the stuff that you don't need, make space, and then you discover what's in there, like those true gifts, right? I'm feeling that treasure island card in the wisdom oracle, where you figure out what is the treasures, what's in your heart space, opening up room, right? Most High comes in, fills you up, you get inspirational ideas, you can create, you can manifest, like becoming a true magician, right? And then you can create, uh, I'm feeling like vibration raising, lifting, light, light, yes, light. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit. I thank you guys so much for coming in and joining me. I hope that you guys were able to hear something in this message that resonates with their spirit as I continue to share more channeled messages with you that I am definitely feeling from the spirit and discerning to be from the Most High God, that He would have me share for not only your edification but also for my own as we grow in this wheat field, right, in this lot, and we are sown and rooted with tares. They mirror, they look like us, they mimic us, they shadow, shapeshift, um, but they are not wheat. And we, as wheat, must continue to use all as much of our focus as we can on driving and digging back into self, connecting with source, with our Most High God, remembering, listening to the call. I feel the rhythm, the drum beat. Like, what is that beating that's in you? Like, what is driving you? And lean into that. Ask the Spirit to tell you and listen to the messages that are given to you in that inspiration in your heart space. It's what's going to drive you and pull you from that pain to purpose. But we understand that there's a process in between there in the middle. And as we move through the process, release. It's a baby step, right? Releasing along the way, making space so that your chakras, you can get in balance, you can relieve that heaviness out, right? And allow your cup, your chalice, right, to be emptied of the pain, and allow the Spirit to pour into you. The Most High God will pour into you, and when you're full and overflowing, your gift will just flow out. It will just come, and you can start that journey where you are. You grow within your current space. The Most High is with you right now in this current space. In everything that you need, your portion, your provision has already been provided. As you are in this space, your portion is already with you. Claim it and know that it is yours. Activate it and let it work through you, surrendering yourself onto instruction and being obedient even when it doesn't make sense, even when it leaves you vulnerable, even when it exposes your shame or things that you might think are a little bit quirky and a little bit strange, right? But it's what makes you you. And it's going to help you discover your gift and allow you to give that over to the Most High God and serve it out to other yous, other representations of God Himself. And with that, hey, hey. I think that's the purpose, right? Balance, harmony, seeing others as we see ourselves, having our needs met, not only meeting our own internal needs of healing and activation, but being so full that we can meet the needs of others, right? Meet the needs of other selves. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you for going on this journey. Thank you for growing with me in this space from where we are. There's nowhere to go but up. So I pray for the up energy as we raise our vibrations, as we take a look at the tears in our lives, see how they project back to us, the things that we can pull out so that we can use our energy, to use our source material to be strong and strengthened for good bread. Of course, all bread isn't good bread, but we will be good bread. Thank you guys so much. Again, like, subscribe, hit the noti bell so the next time we put up video, you'll be one of the first to know. Talk to you soon.